Hi, my name is Anne. I'll quickly share a bit about me. I've been a Reiki master since 1998 and a qualified reflexologist since 2000, and since I've kept on studying, being a member of the association, and that includes foot mobilization and spinal flow and more. In this video, I will demonstrate reflexology techniques to support your self-care to ease stress. It not only explains what stress is about, but also how it can affect the body and why managing stress is essential for your well-being, body and mind. So, how can stress affect your mind? You could be overthinking, it could be worrying. Stress can trap the brain in repetitive negative thought loops. Whoops. Also, you can have poor concentration. It's harder to focus or make decisions when your brain is in survival mode. Mood changes. You may feel anxious, irritable, flat, or emotionally reactive. Your sleep can be disrupted. Difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep is a common side effect of stress. Also, how it can affect the body. It can have tightness in muscles, and mainly this happens around shoulders, neck, jaw, and also the hips. And they're the first to tighten up, and that happens to a lot of people. I've had that experience as well. It can also affect our digestive issues. Stress can slow digestion. It can cause bloating or trigger irritable bowel syndrome. And I know one person from decades ago, when she was stressed, her digestion increased a lot. So it's different for different people. And hormone balance can also be affected, as the stress hormone, which is cortisol, affects everything from our weight to energy to reproductive health. I've worked with many women trying to conceive who couldn't get there, and as soon as they had reflexology, they were more relaxed and got pregnant, as hormone balance helped them a lot. Stress also can lower our immunity. So we can have more colds, more infections, and we can also recover more slowly from other things or anything when we are stressed, as our body is not working in a balanced way. Pain and inflammation can also be there. So our pain can be, and same with inflammation, can happen throughout the whole body, increasing. So easing stress will help ease all these issues. Stress is part of life, but your body isn't meant to live in that state constantly. When we have it occasionally, it can be supportive, but if we have it constantly, it can affect everything I've mentioned. So, gentle and restorative treatments like reflexology, neuroreflexology, and also spinal flow, it also helps the body shift back into balance. So healing can begin. I'll quickly demonstrate some reflexology techniques in this video that you can work on yourself. I'll have a link with a sheet to show where those spots are. So let's start on the face, and I'll take my glasses off. All areas on the face will help to regulate the nervous system and eases the nerves. So let's start with the front of the ears. I'll put my hair back a bit. So I like to use my middle finger, and we massage up and down from the top of the ear to the bottom of the earlobe. And you do that for 10-20 seconds, breathing in and out as you do that, to have the consciousness of that breathing. The next point you can work is on the forehead, and you can gently tap on those points. So your fingers do not need to be a hammer. Again, 10 to 20 seconds. Then from the start of the eyebrows, which is an important point to help ease the nervous system as well, we can gently massage up, not like a feather, but firmly enough, but not very firm. Don't hurt yourself. Another point we can use is, I use the index finger there, massaging up and down of the top of the nose where the hollow area is, and also that eases stress and regulates the nervous system. Then there's the one at the top of where the earlobe is attached to the side of the head. We can massage gently. You can use 2 fingers and just slide up and down, and all these points will help to regulate the nervous system, and it will ease stress. So all good. But very useful and easy to do. Now I'm demonstrating some techniques on the hands, and let's start with releasing the tightness of the diaphragm. When we are stressed, our breath is affected and the diaphragm is tighter as well. So when we look at the hands here, the diaphragm is here. So when we hold our hand like that, the diaphragm is here on both hands. So we can work it by gently pressing, releasing, moving forward, press, release, move forward, and we can then work back here. So we go from the little finger to the index finger, the thumb, and back again. You can also, if you prefer, you can work with the tips of your fingers, massaging it back and forth. And you can also press on it and do that, so it works a bit more actively on the diaphragm to release the tightness, and we can do it on both hands as the diaphragm is there for both. And when we release the tightness in the diaphragm, it helps the lungs already. And when we are stressed, our breathing is affected. We seem to breathe a little bit. So improving our breathing helps as well. And the lung reflex is from the diaphragm here to the base of the fingers. And when we work on it, we separate the fingers so the joints here are a little bit more open. And we massage from where the diaphragm is. We can massage up and down to the webbing. And then we go to the next one, separate the fingers there. Again, from the diaphragm to the webbing and down to the diaphragm. And then we do it between the ring finger and the little finger. And we can also do it here. And again, we do it on both hands. Whoops. Now I've done it right. If you can't separate your fingers, that's fine. So massaging this way and massaging that way. And if it's all right with you, you can also work between on the dorsal side. Oops. And that is gently massaging up and down from the webbing to below the joints there. and you can do that on both hands. So that helps to release the tightness in the lungs and to improve your breathing. Now, another part that is affected by stress is our brain. And the brain reflexes on the hands are the little, the little areas here, the paddings of the thumb and all the fingers. And you can either press on the padding, and you can do that on all fingers, or much easier, you can press your fingers against each other, including the thumb, and you can leave it like that. Or you can gently manipulate your fingers to activate that reflex for the brain. And another part of the brain reflex is the tips of all fingers, including the thumb. So you can place the tips like this, and the thumb here, and you can either hold it or you can press. And you can do this when you're watching TV. You can hold it like that. You can do it anywhere where you can relax as a passenger in the car, not the driver. And if you have a book that you don't have to hold to keep it open or whatever, you can just do this. And I would rotate a little bit. To activate all the parts of the brain, including the tips of the finger and the padding on all the fingers. Another reflex that is beneficial to work on is the spine reflex, as the nervous system goes through the whole spine from the brain to the coccyx sacrum. And from each vertebrae, nerves move out to all organs. Specific, like these organs, the nerves coming out of here go to the lungs and go, So the spine reflex is from the joint under the nail on the side of the thumb, going down and there. So we can work it, press, release, move forward, press, release, move forward, press, release, move forward, and work gently up to this joint here. Or you can do this if that's easier for you, and you can do it upside down. And again, we do it on both hands. And when we look at the hands like this, the spine is here in the middle of the body. That's why we work it on both hands. And something I've experienced when I had a lot of stress in my life at some stage is my neck was very tight. And the neck reflexes are on from this joint here to the webbing, and from there to the webbing, and there to the webbing, the base of where the finger is attached to the palm. So we can place our index finger and middle finger, we can put them on top of the joint here, and we can massage back and forth from the joint to where the finger is attached to the hand, and we do it on both sides. So top, bottom, and the sides. The same with the other fingers. So here on the sides, and here top and bottom. And the other finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and if you wear many rings it would be good to remove them. And the little finger here. And you can do that on both hands, there, there, and there. So you can also do this a little bit, moving your fingers from the webbing to that joint, and that is also easy. So I hope this helps.